Yo, what's going on, guys? Ian here. In today's video, we're going to be using a Hog Bomb Tower Archer Queen deck. This is my favorite version right now. I think it's a bit stronger than the Firecracker variant just because Queen helps a lot against Graveyard, and when you have Bomb Tower, you need that extra air defense as well. Alright, so jumping into that first match, I'm pretty sure this guy is an E-Golem player. I faced him a couple times earlier. Yeah, so he has E-Golem Barb Hat. Should be an interesting matchup. Normally I beat this guy, but having Firecracker makes it a lot easier compared to Queen. Oh, our knight's gonna get some nice chip damage there. So, I mean, if we can get some nice queens off to snipe his dragons and those huge pushes he has, we could definitely win in. And Bomb Tower also definitely helps against Eagle. You guys just have to keep in mind that you can only cycle one champion on the field at a time, so if you waste it on offense or something, it doesn't die right away, you're gonna have a hard time defending their E-Golem players' pushes. And for some reason, this guy has EQ. I'm not sure if he was trying to snipe some guy with like Exvo or a building deck. I don't know. Okay, so he's gonna get a nice tornado off there, but I think we should be able to defend. Yeah, very nice defense overall. And we're going to get a king activation here, which should help massively in this type of matchup. Should help the defense a lot later on. This matchup is usually pretty easy in single elixir. You just want to build up a bit of a lead, and then in double elixir, that's when things get a bit more scary with his huge pushes. We're going to queen here just because he just built up an elixir golem push, so he won't be able to build up another one right away. Yeah, he might E-Golem him here shortly, though. We just have to hope we can get to another queen quickly. Sometimes the queen just never dies, though, and it makes it a bit difficult on me. I'm probably just going to use the ability, even just to kill that tower. Alright. So he's going to play those dragons a bit early, I feel like, so if we log in Earthquake, I think we can get our tower to target the dragons. And we don't really want to knight right on his pushes, just because that will just feed the battle healer, so that's important to keep in mind, because I'm sure you guys face a lot of E-Golem, especially in mid-ladder. Okay. I don't think we're going to defend perfectly, but we might be able to barely survive, and the King Tower is helping a little bit as well. And as you guys can see, we're not really giving the healers too much value as well. We're going to pop the Queen ability. Looks like we're barely going to defend. Very nice. Yeah, that should be GG. Yeah. Pretty nice win. It's always very satisfying beating E-Golem. You either destroy it or you just get destroyed. Alright, GG. Gonna hop into the next game. Okay, so we're up against CMG Hashirama. I don't know how to pronounce that name. We're just gonna Fire Spirit here because I was suspecting he might have this deck. I'm pretty sure he has a MK Ram Rider. This matchup does get a decent amount harder when you have Queen over Firecracker because it just presents them way more lightning value. We can defend here. Yeah, and also Valkyrie is definitely better in this matchup as well, but the Bomb Tower does help a bit over the Tesla because it has a bit more HP and it sometimes can get nice splash off on his pushes. It is nice to have the Knight in this deck over the Valkyrie, though, because you have, like, a bit of a faster cycle, sometimes. And we're just gonna Hog here, just because he wasted, like, all of his Hog counters, so I don't really think he has much for that. Oh, so he does have Fireball, it looks like, which should be a bit easier for us, because then he won't really be able to deal with our queens on defense. And also our Bomb Tower will get more value. So we're just gonna log that Royal Ghost as well. It's better to defend well than to be more aggressive. We're gonna Earthquake here. You can't really do much about it. And we're also gonna Queen in the same lane just so that we can hopefully get rid of his Queen. And we're gonna pop the ability here as well. He's gonna E-Spirit, but that's not really gonna do too much. Yeah. Probably will be cycling a lot of queens in this matchup later on. I would not really recommend going with queens at the bridge though in a matchup like this unless he goes with like an MK in the back and you don't have a hog rider, because it does just give him like a free MK most of the time if he has it in hand. And we're gonna hog opposite lane because I know he has to MK on top of my queen, so we won't have enough for a Ram Rider in the right lane. Yeah. So defense will be a bit tricky here, not having the Valkyrie to just plop down right on his queen and Mega Knight, but yeah. Sometimes in this matchup you just have to accept that you can't defend perfectly. So yeah, looks like we're gonna take a bit of damage here, but yeah, you can't always defend perfectly. It looks like we might be able to get a second queen ability here, which should apply good pressure on him. Yeah, he's gonna have to spend a whole 5 elixir to stun back. Okay. The only thing with bomb tower is that it doesn't have the utility of being as good when it's pre-placed, because if you pre-place it, they can always just like, it's not like immune to spells or something as Tesla is. Okay, so we're gonna have a big push here to defend. Bomb tower getting so much value though, that's why you love to have bomb tower in this deck. And we're gonna hog here because he wasted Mega Knight, so don't think he can really defend this well. The Ram Rider is gonna come down, but I'm pretty sure that hog will sneak through. Yeah. Good damage. Okay, now we just have to cycle a few earthquakes, but we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves, because you never know when you could get like a single queen to take my entire tower. So he's gonna MK in the back. We're gonna hog right here just to force him to spend some extra elixir defending that. Yeah. And the queen should honestly kill like half of his MK before it even crosses the bridge, so we're looking fine with the OP bomb tower for defense. Nice log as well. We're gonna earthquake now because it's triple elixir, and I think we're only like a few earthquakes from winning, like 2 earthquakes, 2 logs. We're gonna set up our early bomb tower just in case he wants to like spell the first one down or we just need it. Yeah, and the MK did push the Ram Rider out of range, so we needed that double bomb tower. Yeah, they're just doing work. The Death Bomb gonna help a bit as well. Alright. You gotta be careful of his queen though. This matchup is pretty easy, just his queen makes it a lot more tricky. And yeah, pretty easy win, GG's. Okay, so we're up against Marquinhos here. I think this guy is also playing the same hog deck as me. I saw him playing it earlier. Yeah. So we're just gonna hog first play, hoping he doesn't have bomb tower in cycle. Yeah. Should be 1 hog hit, yeah. Okay, so he's gonna hog as well. Skeleton's gonna come down a second wave, so his knight is gonna get good chip, unfortunately. But we're still up a bit of damage, so we're looking fine. In this type of matchup, once you get an early lead, it's usually pretty... In like mirror matchups, once you get an early lead, it's pretty easy to maintain it most of the time. Alright. So we're probably just gonna queen in the back once we're at full elixir, just to put him in a weird spot. And we might just start EQ cycling this guy, because it does do a lot of damage. But yeah, first we're gonna try to win this queen interaction. He did play his queen a bit later than us though, so it's gonna be easier for him to defend his queen. We're still gonna force him to waste his ability, so that's always good. And yeah, we're at the bomb tower a bit high there just because of my skeleton pushing his hog a bit. Yeah. Should be good defense. He did get a bit of earthquake chip though, which is not the nicest for me. I'm not really worried though, even if I'm down a bit of damage in a hog mirror match, because I know I can always come back later on in the game. I don't like playing them too much, but I do usually win if I do my best. We're just gonna fire spirit so that his hog gets 0 shots. Alright. Yeah, we outcycle his bomb tower there by using like a smart sequence of cards, so that's nice. And we're gonna queen here as well, just to block the lane a bit, but he is still gonna hog rider. That hog might get 1 shot off, yeah. Alright, just gonna hog earthquake, see what we can do. The queen might get some. I don't think he has much for the queen, so it could get a bit of chip. Yeah, he only has like, what, like, yeah, skeleton's log, fire spirit. Wow, it's still gonna get a shot off. We're gonna have drag glitch on our hog rider, unfortunately. And I think we did outcycle his bomb tower here, so I'm gonna go in with a hog at 4 elixir. It looks like he's gonna hog at the same time. Oh wow, he placed the bomb tower like 1 second too late. Perfect. So now we just need 2 logs and an EQ, and that should be game. We're just gonna archer queen early just to block up the lane in case he does something. Yeah. Pretty nice win here. This deck is pretty popular, I feel like, so... I mean, Hog Queen in general is pretty popular, so I feel like this is a good matchup to know. And honestly, even if you face this matchup, but they have Firecracker or you have Firecracker, you still want to play in a pretty similar way. Okay, so we're up against Lucas now. Not too sure what he's using. It could be Mortar. That's what I saw him using earlier, but he does switch decks quite often. So he's gonna queen here. We're just gonna bomb tower really high just so that we can kill most of his queen, and the death bomb will also do some work on it. So he's still gonna ability, but the knight will clean it up easily at this point. We're gonna force him to Valk a bit early, so our queen... He's still gonna have to use other cards to distract our queen after this. Probably just gonna bats here, yeah. You do have to watch out for the bats, because if you waste your fire spirit on something, they're just gonna destroy you sometimes. He's gonna queen here, just gonna get a bomb tower off. Looks like he did forget to use the ability there, so that's pretty good for us. And our hog will get 1 shot if he doesn't do anything. Yeah. It is usually better to go opposite lane in a mashup like this, just because if you go same lane, they're just going to start stacking queens up. I mean, they're not going to stack them up, but they're just going to constantly cycle queens in the same lane, and you can't really break through, so yeah. Nice that we got that hog hit. Valkyrie does always get that last extra shot on the queen, unfortunately. We did force him to spend a lot there, though. And we're just gonna hog here, because we're just gonna get some free chip damage with our Earthquake, unless he overspends. Yeah. And I mean, the hog will also always get a shot against the tower if you hog Earthquake and he doesn't spend something else on it. We're just gonna log that queen away just to be safe. And he's gonna fireball quite aggressively. We're gonna fire spirit here, yeah, forcing him to use a late mortar, otherwise our hog would have just done so much damage. We're gonna predict his miner again. It's very, very important that you can predict at least a decent amount of their miners, just so that you don't take too much chip damage. And we are gonna get a hog hit here. We did have drag glitch for some reason on our fire spirit though. He's gonna go with an aggressive aggressive miner Valkyrie. We're just gonna queen a bit farther back just so he can't fireball right away. Yeah. We're gonna hog here, gonna earthquake, and wow, he actually misplaced the mortar. I think he was trying to do that play where you like mortar outside of earthquake range and then you push it into it using skeletons, but he did mistime it a bit. Okay. Yeah, and our hog will still get a hit there unless he uses something. Yeah. And we're just gonna go with a bomb tower high, because even if he predicts it with like a Valkyrie, he's still gonna have to spend a lot, and the death bomb will still chip away at everything. So we're gonna hog here again. You can... Oh wow, and he actually misplaced the mortar once again. Yeah. And you can sometimes outcycle them in this matchup. It's not... They don't have the fastest cycle. They do have... You do have like a 1 elixir faster cycle, so occasionally you can get a hog before they can get back to a mortar. And now just an EQ log range, that should be GG. Yeah, being one of the best in the world. It was a pretty easy matchup, but it's still good to know how to beat. Okay, hopping in the next game. Not sure what this guy plays. Just gonna start off with a hog, and we're gonna see if we can activate our king tower off the electro spirit. Okay, so it looks like it's RG. This matchup is a bit easier with firecracker, but queen can definitely provide some good offensive pressure. Because I feel like most RG players are running lightning now, which isn't the best for queen. So we're gonna hog here just to distract that fisherman for a second, and we're gonna get one nice hog hit. Alright. And we're just gonna knight here on top of his queen, just in case he does anything. He's gonna ability, but it doesn't really matter. It is also important to always, whenever they play like a queen down, you always want to try to force them to use their ability like as quickly as possible. So you want to like play your knight really early most of the time, so that they ability high and it doesn't get near the tower with the ability still on. And he's still gonna have to use something even with that Dark Prince, because the queen does still barely survive. Okay, and we're gonna get one nice hog hit there because the queen was distracting the fisherman. And we're being pretty aggressive here, so you can't really RG in the back right away. He's gonna Mother Witch that, but we should be able to clean up pretty easily with a knight. And yeah, usually it's better to use queens on offense in this matchup rather than defense, because he is gonna have lightning, I'm pretty sure. So we don't want to give him like a ton of lightning value with the queen and the bomb tower and all that stuff. So we're gonna queen high here, apply a bit of pressure once again. And take note on that queen placement, because that is the queen placement that you always want to use against lightning decks to avoid giving them like lightning and tower value when they use their lightning. And by that I meant that you don't want to give them value like on your queen and tower. Okay, so we're gonna queen a bit high here. And yeah, he's gonna lightning the bomb tower, but at least the nice thing that you have going for you is that if they lightning one of them, they can't lightning the other, and if they don't lightning the bomb tower, they can't really break through very well. And if they lightning your queen, if they lightning your, yeah, like if they have a lot of things to lightning, so you can always bait them out. Alright. He's gonna RG in the back again. It is a bit awkward for me sometimes when they RG in the back and I have a weird cycle. He's gonna waste a fisherman there as well, so we're gonna hog here in a second. Looks like he is gonna predict it with a Dark Prince. We're gonna get a quick log down on there. And we are gonna score one lucky hog hit. That'd be nice. I feel like hog always gets that one extra lucky shot. And we're just gonna cycle a couple of earthquakes here. And yeah, the king tower is helping out against like that Dark Prince, for example. That's why I do like getting it. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice win here. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, guys. #1 in the world. Bye.